we haven't even started.
Yeah.
We haven't even started. This is what's so amazing. So one is, when I say we haven't even started, so what I'm talking about there is the big cycle, my 14-year cycle, my 54, 68, 82, 96, 2010, 2024, which is still 3 weeks away. That's the beginning. That's the beginning of the middle part of the S curve, right? That's where we go from, 10% adoption to, and like we're 11 now, to 90. It's going to be an unbelievable decade. I mean, unbelievable. So much fun. So it doesn't mean it won't be without volatility, but it's going to be fun. So that's the first thing.
Recently, there's been a surge in optimism among options traders who are betting on Bitcoin reaching $50,000 by January. This bullish sentiment is fueled by the anticipated approval of a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund, ETF, a development expected to significantly boost Bitcoin's ascent. Fidelity Investments has been at the forefront of this movement, aiming to launch its spot Bitcoin ETF, known as FBTC, now listed on the DTCC's active and pre-launch list. This signals a potential imminent approval by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, positioning Fidelity as a pioneer in the U.S. race for the first spot in Bitcoin ETF. Jurian Timmer, Fidelity's director of global macro, has a particularly ambitious outlook for Bitcoin, predicting its value could soar to over $1 billion by 2038. In an insightful dialogue, Mark Yusko emphasized the dawn of an extraordinary era in the digital asset landscape, one that is just beginning. The focus was on a significant 14-year cycle, encompassing notable years like 1954, 1968, 1982, 1996, and 2010, and culminating in 2024. This cycle represents a pivotal phase in the adoption curve, transitioning from a modest 10% to an overwhelming 90% adoption rate. Additionally, the discussion highlighted that we are still in the midst of crypto summer, a period not characterized by relentless growth but rather a gradual upward trend. We will now get into the video as Mark Yusko shares so many bullish perspectives regarding Bitcoin and various factors that would make the bull run next year a must. As you watch, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and drop your comments below. Enjoy the video.
We're still in crypto summer, right? Crypto summer is not straight up. Crypto summer is casually drift. And we've been talking about this since June.
I know.
We've been talking about this since June, that we were going to the low 50s.
You were more convinced than I was, to your credit.
I know, but it was just it's the way it happens. And Tim Peterson's model is the model, right? If you want to know the value of the network, you look at Tim's model and then you say, okay, well, if we're below the value, then who's buying? Investors who buy things below fair value. And we were going to creep. And it's been this, oh God, so beautiful. It's just a beautiful movement towards that low 50s. But then the halving is going to happen and fair value is going to double. And people are like, no, that's not how it works. I'm like, yes, it is. Because the difficulty adjustment aside, but the bottom line is the miners got to get paid. And so the fair value is going to double. And so then we're going to get to the beginning of crypto fall, and that's next June. That's when the parabolic stuff starts. And next Thanksgiving, oh my God, it's going to be crazy. I just can't even imagine how crazy next Thanksgiving is going to be. So that's why it's just beginning. And then on January 8th, right, the king is going to be crowned. Okay. It's Elvis's birthday. It's also my son's birthday, his 13th birthday. And the king is going to be crowned. And BlackRock's going to be approved on that day. First day, $2 bills. $2 bills, first day. Easy. I might be light on that. Maybe it's $3 bills. But at least 30 bill is coming in those first months. And remember, we went from 10K Bitcoin to 59K Bitcoin on 10 billion of flow into GBTC. So I don't, and that's the point, right? I'm giving credit where credit's due. Dan Moorhead. If Bitcoin is, I'll argue it is, digital gold, then we are 20%-ish of the way there. The monetary value of gold, the amount of gold that's in central bank vaults and, that kind of stuff. And if that's what it's going to become, And then can it be something beyond that? And then we got to get into, well, there's big B Bitcoin, and then there's little b Bitcoin. There's the network, which has some value, particularly as a settlement layer. And then there's the token, which I think could and should be this digital gold. But then is it also going to be a medium of exchange? You know, we don't walk around with gold coins in our pocket. We leave the gold coins in the vault, and then we create this fiat stuff so that we can, you know, exchange goods and services. If it becomes that, volatility will trend basically to gold volatility, which is not that high. I mean, it's not zero, but it's not that high. And it will become hoarded, just like gold, by the people that use it as the base layer of money. And maybe it goes a different direction, but if it goes that direction, I think we have a 4 more X, which, you know, that's great, but it's not the moon, you know, it's not 1,000X like some people think. Or there's some people say it's going to go up to infinity because the dollar is going to go to zero. I'm like, well.
Some crypto analysts believe that Bitcoin could reverse its uptrend after another move to the upside. One of the analysts, Justin Bennett, told his 110,600 followers on the social media platform X that Bitcoin could see one more leg up before undergoing a corrective move. The analyst shares a chart showing that Bitcoin is currently trading within a large ascending channel on the daily chart, with the horizontal resistance of the pattern sitting at around $48,000. I'm still looking at Bitcoin $46,000 to $48,000 as a final target on this leg. From there, I think we get a decent correction. $30,000 is now a must-hold level. Looking at the trader's chart, he seems to predict that Bitcoin will fall below $38,000 after hitting his upside target. Mark Yusko also cemented his stance that no one owns Bitcoin, and he gives his reasons for this. Let us get back into the video and listen to what he has to say.
No one owns Bitcoin. There are 8 billion people in the world. Very, 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 very small number actually own Bitcoin. And part of it's because 3 billion don't have electricity with regularity, so they're not going to own it. You know, another 3 billion don't have a bank account. Think about that. 3 billion people in this world don't have a bank account. So they can't, you know, buy things. And there's all these different reasons. Many have never even heard of Bitcoin, believe it or not, right? There are people who have no idea what it is. And when you start getting to the 100 million or 150 million, whatever the number is that actually do, it's this teeny, teeny, tiny fraction. And even those, right? There's a whole bunch of them are like, I'm not sure I believe it. I'm not sure it's an institutional asset. I'm not sure it's real. It still could be a Ponzi. It still could be a rug. Once the ETF happens and once venerated names like BlackRock and Fidelity and are here, forget about it. You know, this rumor, which I think is a little disingenuous personally, but
a sovereign.
Yeah, about Qatar saying, oh, we should convert our whole $500 billion. Maybe they said that. I doubt it, but maybe they said it. Maybe it was a joke, but they're not going to do that. But would they do 10%? Would they do 20%? Every corporation, in theory, should listen to Michael Saylor, who's saying, if you have this devaluing asset just sitting idle, your cash, are you doing a disservice to your shareholders?
I'll push back against that actually, but I have
no. I will too, for the reasons that I don't believe Bitcoin should be all of your assets ever. I don't. But to have a portion that's deflationary instead of inflationary could make some sense. But my point there is, even when he did it and it was successful, then it wasn't successful, and now it's successful again. Not everybody else did it, right? Not everybody went and issued bonds and bought Bitcoin because they're afraid, or they don't think that's a good fiduciary move, all kinds of reasons. But as this asset becomes more adopted, a couple things are going to happen. One, the volatility is going to shrink, because remember, volatility is simply uncertainty about future outcomes. That's what volatility is. T-bills have no volatility because there's no uncertainty. In 91 days, you're going to get paid. And it's never not happened. And it probably never will not happen. I mean, maybe never is probably too strong, but there's no uncertainty. So there's no volatility. Amazon stock has really high volatility. Because there are people still today. Michael, I met somebody, they still said, oh no, maybe you said this.
I said this.
You said that. Yeah. No, that's right. But I actually met somebody too that said, I don't buy very much on Amazon. I don't know that it's really what?
Bitcoin has been compared to gold on several occasions over the years. Initially, Bitcoin was examined as a haven similar to gold, and now analysts are comparing the two investments to determine whether Bitcoin's properties qualify it as exponential gold. In the past 5 years, through November, Bitcoin's Sharpe ratio has been competitive when compared to gold and other proven asset classes in the market. Sharpe ratio is defined as the difference between the risk-free return and the return of an investment divided by the investment's standard deviation. In simple terms, the Sharpe ratio adjusts the performance for the excess risk taken by investors for a particular asset. Jurriën Timmer, director of global macroeconomics at Fidelity, notes that Bitcoin's correlation to the S&P 500 plus 40% is higher than gold's plus 14% in a 5-year time frame. However, the correlation between Bitcoin and U.S. equities has reduced over the years and is less than most asset classes. In the past 12 months, the correlation between Bitcoin and the S&P 500 is down from 40% to 25%. Timmer argues that Bitcoin is more volatile than most other assets, but volatility cuts both ways, and Bitcoin investments have a risk-reward class of their own, just as seen in the past decade. Institutional investors continue to invest in Bitcoin funds. The weekly inflows as of December 4th are 132.8 million, according to a CoinShares report. What are your predictions for Bitcoin prices going into 2024? Can we hit a $60,000 mark before the end of this year? Let us know your predictions in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.
Hey Savvy Finance enthusiasts, massive shout out for being the heartbeat of Savvy Finance. Your support has been the wind beneath our wings, and we can't express our gratitude enough. Now buckle up because we've got an exclusive deal just for you. Ever wanted a slice of the action? We're offering a golden opportunity to own part of our YouTube channel's potential future revenue. This isn't just an investment, it's an invitation to be a part of our story. Investing means you're not just an investor, you will be a participant in the future of Savvy Finance. No cheesy lines, just a genuine call to embark on this journey together. But wait, there's more. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, become a Savvy ambassador. Share our videos on every platform: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Your shares amplify our visibility, potentially translating to more views and more YouTube revenue. Here's the kicker. If our viewership increases, we would not be just growing financially. We would be making a tangible impact by spreading valuable financial education. Now the icing on the cake. Invest and you'll score exclusive access to our private Savvy Finance Discord. Here you can chat with Savvy Finance, swap ideas with fellow investors, and be at the forefront of exciting developments. Click on the link below to register your Gigastar account. You can also find the link to my offering page in the description below. Get your Gigastar account ready, review the offering details, and let's embark on this thrilling venture together. To the incredible Savvy community, thank you for being the backbone of our success. Your journey is my journey, and together, we're creating waves. Cheers.